Libra is a cardinal air sign and, like Taurus, is ruled by Venus. But while Taurians prefer beauty in the form of the great outdoors and therefore enjoy hiking and camping and gardening, Librans are more likely to be found at art galleries and museums, theaters, concert halls. One of the greatest qualities of Librans is their aesthetic sense. So they usually are very good dressers, have an eye for color and form, and they don't really like to dress down. Of course, you're going to have some outliers who don't conform to this. I am generalizing here. But Librans don't like anything coarse or ugly. So they are very sensitive to the visual aspect of life. And they can make very elegant surroundings for themselves. There's always like a little touch of the artist in everything that they do. Another great quality about the sign of Libra is their diplomatic sense. And they are very popular people because they tend to be very fair. The sign of Libra is the scales. And this is why, a fair number of them gravitate into the legal profession, whether they become lawyers or judges. But they have a sense of fairness and they bring that to their social interactions. And so they make people feel like their voice is heard. They can't stand inequities in life, and they always want to balance things. And when they talk to people, they're very respectful, they're socially graceful, and therefore they're very popular people. Now, all the air signs tend to be social butterflies because they enjoy communication. But I think that Librans take it to a whole new level. And part of this is because they are so agreeable to other people that they get invited places. And they tend to love parties and that sort of thing. Another quality that I admire about them that's connected to this is their wittiness. They're very intelligent, they're intellectual people, being an air sign, but they're also um, funny in an intelligent way. And Oscar Wilde is a great example of this, who was a Libran. We still quote him to this day. And so they add a sparkle to a dinner party with some of their quips. One of the shadow aspects of Libra is their tendency to be people pleasers. And this, I think, is because Libra rules the seventh house of partnerships. Now, their complementary sign Aries rules the first house of the self. So, Aries tends to be very much concerned with their own agenda, whereas Libra is always thinking about another person, another partner, whether it be a romantic partner, a child, a parent, a boss, an employee. In being too concerned about obtaining approval, they can come across as insincere and can be schmooze artists, using flattery to get what they want. A related quality that I see in some Librans is that they don't seem to have a solid sense of self. And so they can be too easily influenced by other people. And they can have a hard time knowing what their own opinions are because of this ability to be influenced. And it's like, is there anybody in there? To quote Pink Floyd, Libra, is there anybody there? Do you have a real self? Or are you always projecting this false image? And, this also can be manifested in needing to create this image to present to other people because Librans might think that that's the only way that they can be accepted. And people can sense insincerity, whether it's directed towards them or whether they think the person is just a fake person. So this is a shadow aspect that Librans really need to be mindful of. And the other thing that I see in some Librans is a really indecisive nature. And again, this is because they can have a lack of solid sense of self. And so they don't really know how they feel about things. They don't really have this solid opinion. And they can be kind of, swinging in the wind and, so easily influenced that they have a hard time making decisions. And also, because they can see all sides of an issue, they can have a hard time narrowing down what to do. And this can be very hard for them to advance, even though they're a cardinal sign. This can hold them back in certain areas because cardinal signs like to act, but then this aspect can kind of block them. And it also can drive other people crazy. So that's just a few words about Librans. And as I always say, leave additional comments if you have any. And take care, guys. Bye.